Good morning and welcome to another day of Walking with Jesus. Sorry that I missed yesterday. I'll try not to let that happen again anytime soon. But life does happen. And just so you know, it's okay on occasion to not be able to get to something that you think is really important and you want to get to. So, this is really important, and I really do want to get to it. So let's go into Walking with Jesus. Let's continue our journey with Jesus in the Gospel of Luke. We're at the end of Luke chapter 20 and the beginning of Luke chapter 21. I'm going to put these two parts together. So this is Luke 20:45 to Luke 21, verse 4. And in the hearing of all the people, he said to his disciples, "Beware of the scribes who like to walk around in long robes and love greetings in the marketplaces and the best seats in the synagogues and the places of honor at feasts, who devour widows' houses and for pretense make long prayers. They will receive the greater condemnation." Jesus looked up and saw the rich putting their gifts into the offering box, and he saw a poor widow put in 2 small copper coins. And he said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put in more than all of them, for they all contributed out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, put in all she had to live on." So as we look at these two and we put them somewhat side by side here, as Luke did before the chapter breaks kind of separated things, we're reminded that Jesus is in the temple precincts. He's probably in the court of the Gentiles. He's teaching. He's been interacting with the scribes, the Pharisees, the religious leaders, as well as all the people there. And he has been communicating that his kingdom is coming and that it is not of this world, that it's a higher kingdom, a higher calling than this world. And then we get to these two things. Luke puts them in here, and we have a comparison, because what we have here is two different situations where one looks important and the other one looks unimportant. But Jesus reverses it and says that the one who is important, or the one who is recognized, is the one who the world would say hasn't done or given much. So, in the hearing of all the people, he said to his disciples, "Beware of the scribes." So you know immediately that he's alienating a group of people. So often we may think that we're supposed to be kind to everyone, and I think we are. But Jesus doesn't mind speaking the truth, even when that truth would be offensive to someone. So he says, "Beware of the scribes who like to walk around in long robes and love greetings in the marketplaces and the best seats in the synagogues and the places of honor at feasts, who devour widows' houses and for a pretense make long prayers." Now, Jesus is not saying that all scribes are like this, but he is saying that some scribes are like this. And he's not arguing against long prayers. He's not arguing against greetings in the marketplaces. He's arguing against pride. He's arguing against the presumption that says what we look like and how we act makes us somehow more important than we are. And puffing ourselves up is what he's in opposition to. And so beware of the scribes who? The ones that like to walk around in their long robes. They're dressed to the nines. They love greetings in the marketplaces. They want to be noticed. They want to be seen. They like the best seats in the synagogues. They want to be considered important, brought in. In that day and age, it would have been to the front row. Now the best seats in the synagogue or in the church are in the back row. Anyway, they love places of honor at the feast. They want to They want to be made to feel important because of their knowledge, their training, their understanding. And because of all this, they devour widows' houses and for a pretense make long prayers. Now notice it's for a pretense, for show. They make long prayers. So these folks are all about what they look like. And I'm going to say the same thing in our day and age. Beware of the televangelists. Now, not all televangelists, but the televangelists who like to be noticed, who want to be seen and heard, who want to think they're more important than they are. Perhaps even the pastors of the mega churches who draw attention to themselves instead of drawing attention to God, and who want the places of honor at feasts. Now, there's nothing wrong with using television as an evangelistic tool, and there are probably some who do that honorably. There's nothing wrong with having a large church, as long as you don't allow that large church to go to your head and make you think you're more important. Immediately following, Jesus looks up and he sees the rich putting their gifts into the offering box. One of the other Gospels says making a show of putting it in. Once again, looks. And looks can be deceiving. And he saw a poor widow put in 2 small copper coins, less than a penny, as it were. And he said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put in more than all of them, for they all contributed out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, put in all she had to live on." She has made the greater sacrifice. So don't judge a book by its cover. Don't make a big deal about drawing attention to yourself. And try to look under the surface and to realize that there are things that are going on that may surprise you. So in this case, as we see this, we have Jesus encouraging us to have a lowly heart, to give all that we have, not out of our abundance, but giving all of ourselves, giving everything that we have. And let's not use our position and our power to cause harm to others. So this passage is a passage that I think speaks to all of us if we're honest, because everyone, I think, struggles at some point with wanting to be liked, wanting to be the center of attention, wanting to be noticed and applauded. And if we can use spiritual means to do that, we will. And we have to be really careful that we don't fall into a place of pride and arrogance, and that we don't use our position to hurt others, and that we acknowledge others, that we give them their due for what they give. It's not the amount of the gift that matters. It's whether or not you're giving all of yourself to the King. That's what Jesus wants. He wants all of you. So as you walk with Jesus today, give him all that you are. Walk in humble acknowledgement that you don't deserve anything, but he deserves everything. And you will be honored and exalted by our King. God bless you as you walk with Jesus today.